Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel's priest and officer of 500 Qatar, back with, of course, with another ISUPK Sabbath service. We're going to go ahead and get started. If you can, please like, share, subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Salakia, La Yashala, which means to Israel. All right, Imagine upon Aquadum, which means to turn and face the east. We're going to get into these prayers, starting off with the Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barakazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Lathanganawa, Lachom, Kal, Yawon, Wasalatanawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalatnawa, Kabawathyanawa, Wala'ah, Babiyayanawa, Banasanawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wahata Para, La'awalamyum, Amen. The Lord's Prayer in the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever, so be it. Now, face that way. Yep. Always face east. Hakashta power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Baba Kashah, Nathanawa, Hakach, La'pa'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal Madawa, Hakach, Latahar, Hamatazarium, Hakach, Lahakwayom, Hamathium, Hakach, Al-Rakawah, Hatama'ala, Lagar Shun, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Fawada Aman. The Lord, Hakasha power in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Barak Manawa, Wayasha Allah, Wahabayat, Salakia, Wahabayat, Saparium, Barak, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Kawada Aman. Bless Israel in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, bless us and Israel and the school in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Haharim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Ashah, Shemayim, Wa'arakazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regal-Kai, Al-Yanawam, Shamar-Kai, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamar-Kai, Yahweh, Tazar-Kai, Al-Yad, Yimyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wa'arak, Bayayela, Yahweh, Yashamar-Kai, Makar-Rai, Yashamar, Napashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Wabu'afka, Ma'afai, Wa'ai, our alone. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, even forevermore. Y'all want to make a pair on that side, move those shears out the way, so y'all bringing that camper with me. Y'all don't cross the front of the kingdom. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Adalayamaka, Al Fakarash, wa Al Fashakwat, Al Kayahana, Awiyabika, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al Amika, Ya'anyam Nimwa, Sawada, Wayathaya Atazua, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amoria, Lakawa, Wanakankidum, Magoya, Wala'a Yazakar, Shumyashala, Awada, Kaya, Naiwatazua, Laba, Lakadua, Auyaka, Bariya, Lakarakwa, Ahalia, Adawam, Wayashamai, Alayum, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Wa'amalat, Halashat, Aim Yashabia, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Amain, Hayawa, Zarawat, Labunya Lawat, Salah, Ashalahom, Kamadian, Kasayasa Ra'a, Kayabian, Bunakal, Kawashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayanda Ra'a. It'd be easier if y'all move those chairs, but go ahead. Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Sha'athamwa, Nadiyat Mawa, Ta'ara, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabat, Wakazazar, Kal Nashikamwa, Ashar, Amoria, Narashah, Lanawa, Nawa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Sha'athamwa, Kagogula, Kakwash, Lapunya Raraka, Ka'ash, Taba'ira Ya'ira, Wakalaba, Dalahat, Harayum, Kanthara Datma, Basa'iraka, Wabasa Wapaka, Tabahalom, Mala'a, Punyahom, Hoyawam, Wayabakwashua, Shumka, Yahawah, Yabashua, Wayabahoya, Ayai, Wayakapara, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya Atha, Shumka, Yahawah, Labaka, Alyawan, Alkaha Rakazai. Psalms 83 in the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha Allah may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisir, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kizon, which perished and endured. They became as dung for the earth, make their nobles like Oreb and like Z, yea, are their princes as Zabah and as Dalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, are the most high over all the earth. Blessings in the Hebrew, Barakatha Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shah, wa Micah Allah, wa Alahayim, Matazabia, Alawat Yahanna, Ha Alawafium, Ha Sarunium, Ha Quatazayanium, Ha Kayayarium, wa Ha Akwafium, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, for water Amun. Blessings in the English, bless you Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, Commander in Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, in the name Yahweh Shah, Salaki, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. All right. Ishabia, which means you may be seated. What's going on, Israel? We're going to be picking up in the book of Genesis, chapter 25, starting at verse 28. And we're going to get it in the Hebrew first. Salakia, let me check this sound real quick. All right, sound is good. All right, let's get it started. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, starting at verse 28. Waya'ahab, Yatazakwa, Aishawa, Kaya, Tazayad, Bapayawa, Wawa, Bakwa, Ahabath, Ath, Ya'aikwab, verse 29. Wayazad, Ya'aikwab, Nazayad, Wayaba'a, Aishawa, Man, Hashada, Wahawa'a, Ayapa, verse 30. Waya Amar, Aishawa, Al, Yaikwab, Hala'ai, Tanaya, Na'a, Man, Ha'adam, Hazaha, Kaya, Ayapa, Anak Ya, Al, Khan, Quara'a, Shemwa, Adawam, verse 31. Waya Amar, Yaqub, Makara'a, Kayawam, Ath, Bakar, Fak, Laya, verse 32. Waya Amar, Aishawa, Hana, Anakya, Hawalak, Lamawath, Wala, Ma'a, Zaha, Laya, Bakara, verse 33. Waya Amar, Yaikwab, Hashabya, Hashabai, Salakia, Laya, Kayawam, Wayashabai, Luwa, Wayamakar, Ath, Bakarathwa, La Yaqub, verse 34. Wayaqub, Nathan, La Aishawa, Lachum, Wana, Zayad, Idashayum, Waya Akal, Wayashath, Wayaquam, Wayalak, Wayab Bazar Aishawa Af Habakara. And that's up to verse 34 in the Hebrew. Make sure that's 7 verses. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get it into English. This is the book of Genesis. And we're going to be starting again at the 25th chapter and the 28th verse. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and 28 in the English. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. So you know, Isaac was the father of Jacob and Esau. And right here it's saying that Isaac loved Jacob because he did eat of his venison. Like when you look at that word venison, it means to hunt game. Let me just double check that real quick. Yep, that is H6717. Outline of biblical usage: hunting, game hunted, provision, food, food supply. And if you look at the Strong's definitions, it kind of means the same, but at the end, it's going to be saying hunting, venison, victuals. So that's what you get the understanding. All right, let's get the next verse, 29. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came in from the field, and he was faint. Verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. So you see that Esau's name was called Edom. So when you go to the book of Obadiah and it talks about the children of Edom and their destiny, if you want to call it that, their future, it's only one chapter. Read it. You have a very good understanding of the judgment that's going to be upon the nation of Edom. Verse 31, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. So Esau came in off the field and was like, hey, I'm faint. Give me some of that red pottage. And Jacob was like, well, sell me your birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. What profit shall this birthright do to me? Verse 33, and Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Now, did that sound like a swindle? Did that sound like something that it was forced upon? To me, it sounded like Esau didn't appreciate or didn't have value or didn't value his birthright, the promises that his father was going to give him, his birthright. He was willing to give that away for some food. How interesting is that? You're talking about you could possibly get land, money, cattle, all of this stuff, and you just going to say, well, I'm hungry. Instead of going to his mom or going to find his own food, he'd been out there hunting all day. What you been doing? But that birthright obviously wasn't important to Esau because he sold it for some soup. Verse 34. And Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. And Esau thus despised his birthright. That's what the word of the Most High said. Esau despised that birthright, and you've seen it in his actions. Meaning, when you get, like, if your father gave you his prized possession, let's say it was the company that he built from the ground up, all the property and everything, and you wanted to go to a Future concert, and somebody came to you and was like, hey, give me your daddy company. I'll give you these tickets. You get backstage passes.
And you say, oh, yeah, I need that. That means you didn't care about your birthright. You despised your birthright. You didn't value your birthright. All right, we're going to pick up the next 7 verses in the Hebrew. We're going to be starting at Genesis chapter 26 and verse 1. Wayahaya, Ra'abah, Ba'aratazah, Malabad, Hara'ib, Hara'ah, Shawan, Ashar, Hayaha, Bayamya, Abraham, Wayah, Wayalak, Yatazakwa, Al, Abraham, like it. Abba, Yimlak, Malak, Palashathyum, Garara, verse 2, Wayara'ah, Al Yawah, Yahweh. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Waya Amar, Al, Taradah, Matazarium Ma, Shakan, Ba'aratazah, Ashar, Amar, Aryak, verse 3. Powerah, Ba'aratazah, Haza'ath, Wa'ah, Hayah, Imak. So the page is kind of tore right here, so we're going to pick it up right there. So this is a prime example sometimes of why you have to learn how to read the Assyrian. As a side note, unfortunately, it's a little hole right here and the word not there. But if you come to my Lashawan Kodash class every Friday, 7 to 9, you'll get taught the ancient Hebrew and the Assyrian Hebrew. So what I did, I opened up my phone, I went to the Blue Letter Bible. Now I got to read the Assyrian. All right, let me find where I was at. All right, cow. Harath Ta'ath. Ha'Allah. Waha. Kwamathwa. Ath. Hashab Ta'ah. Ashar. Washab Tazathya. La'ab Raham. La'abraham. Salakia. Abayara. Verse 4. Waha. Salakia. Waha Rabayath. Ath. Zara'ik. Kaka. Wakabya. Hasham Yum. Wana Thathawa. Lazar Ratazar Salakia. Lazar Ra'ik. Af. Cal. Ha'aratazah. Salakia. Ha'aratazah. Ha'Allah. Waha. Salakia. Waha. Thabara. Kaya. Kawa. Bazara'ik. Kal. Gawayaya. Ha'aratazah. Verse 5. Iquab, Ashar, Shemai, Abraham, Bakwa, Laya, Wayashamar, Mashah, Marathya, Matazah, Wathya, Kakwa Wathya, Watha Warathya, verse 6. Wayashab, Yatazah, Kakwa, Bagat, Ba, Gorara, Bagara, verse 7. Wayasha al wa Ayan Shawa Salakia Ayan Shaya Hamakwaram Salakia Shalom Yabba Shimshik Bata. Yeah, but they got it. They hear it loading up. I'm in the Sabbath service. Yep. Salakia, let me pick up where I left off. This is Genesis chapter 26 and verse 7. Wayasha al wa Ayan Shawa Hamakwam La'a Shathya Shathwa Waya Amar Akathya Hawa'a Kaya Yara'a La Amar Ashathya Lock you 1 second. Paya Yaha Ragunya Anashya Hamakwam Al Rabakwa Kaya Tawabath Mara'ah Hawa'a. And that's 7 verses in the Hebrew. We're going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26 and verse 7. And there was a famine in the land, besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham, and Isaac went unto Abimelech king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. Verse 2. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I should tell thee of. Verse 3. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed will I give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. Now that's a heavy point. So a lot of people don't understand the change or the passing down of this covenant. It was made with Abraham, and it went down to his son Isaac. And the Most High is letting him know, you go here, and I'm gonna fulfill those promises that I made with your father. Verse 4. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and I will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in all thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. In all thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. That's possession right there. Thy seed. That's his lineage. And through his lineage will all the nations be blessed. Verse 5. Because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws, and his what? And my laws, and his what? And my laws. So when a Christian comes and tells you that, oh, the laws came with Israel, no, the laws came from the very beginning. They were given to Adam as the breath of life, and it was passed down. And you see, Abraham kept those statutes, those commandments, those charges, and those laws. Verse 6. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. Verse 7. And the men of the place asked him of his wife and said, she is my sister, for he feared to say she is my wife, least, for he feared to, so like least he said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she is fair to look upon. So he's like, hey, she's my sister, because these heathens of his land is going to look at him and kill him to take his wife. Man, that's crazy. All right, we're going to pick it up in verse 8 in the Hebrew. So this is Genesis chapter 26, starting at verse 8. Wayahaya kaya arakwa lawa shum hayum yum wayash kwapa abba yimlak malak palashathium ba'id ha kalakwa salakia ha kalawa wan waya ra'a wahanaha yatazakwa matazakwa ath wabakwa ashathwa. Verse 9. Wayakraa abba yimlak laya tazakwa waya amar ak hana ashathka hawa'a waya salakia wa'a yaka amarath akathya Hawa'a wa Ya'amar Alayawa Yatazakwa Kaya Asharath Ya Pun Ama Wath Al Yaha, verse 10. Waya Amar Abba Salakia Abba Yumlaka Ma'a Za'ath Ashayath Lapunya Salakia Lapa Salakia Lanawa Kama'ite Shakab Akkad Ha'ama Ath Ashathka Wahaba'ath Alayanwa Ashum, verse 11. Waya Tazawa Abba Yumka Salakia Abba Yumlaka Ath Kal Ha'ama La'amar Hanaga'ai Ba'ayash Hazaha Wabash Yathwa Mawath Yawa Waya Matha, verse 12. Waya Zara'i Yatazakwa Ba'arataza Hahawa'a Waya Mataza'a Bashana Hahawa'a Ma'aha Salakia Ma'a Sha'irayim Waya Barak Kawa Yahweh, verse 13. Wayagad La Ha'ayash Wayalak Halawalak Salakia Hala Waka Wagad La Wagadala Ai Kaya Gadal Ahmad Salakia Ma'ad, verse 14. Wayahaya Luwa Makwana Taza'an Wamakwana Bakwar Wa'abad Rabah Wayakwan Awa Athwa Palashathium, and that's up through verse 14 in the Hebrew. We're going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, starting at verse 8. And it came to pass when he had been there a long time that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at the window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah, his wife. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, behold, of a surety, she is thy wife. And how saidest thou, she is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, because because I said, least I die for her. And Abimelech said, what is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have leaned with thy wife, and thou should have brought guiltiness upon us. So he's like, hey, what if somebody would have did something inappropriate to your wife, and then you would have brought guiltiness upon us? Now, remember a couple chapters ago, a similar situation happened, and the Most High went to that king or that ruler and was like, hey, I'm about to kill you. You can't be messing with no other man's wife. And the key point of that, you see the law of adultery in place before Israel was formed as a nation. You sleep with another man's wife, you die. That means it was a rule and a law that had an established penalty. Verse 11, and Abimelech charged all of his people, saying, he that touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Now, this means that these people had a fear of the Most High God. They didn't want no smoke with Yahweh, none. So he told all his people, hey, you touch him or his wife, I'm going to kill you. I don't want that upon my land. Verse 12, then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year an 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. So the Isaac stayed there for a year, and the Lord and the Most High blessed him. Verse 13, and the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great. Verse 14, and he had possession of flocks and possession of herds and great stone of servant, and great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him. Now, this is what heavy about this. You're going to read in the book of Deuteronomy, I believe it's 7 and 6, where it tells you that because we follow the law, statutes, and commandments, the other nations see that this is the wisdom. They're going to look at us and say, this is a mighty nation, a great nation. This is established before Israel. And you see the effects of it. Following the Most High, he's going to take care of you. All right, so we're going to get the next 7 verses in the Hebrew. We're going to pick it up at Genesis chapter 26, starting at verse 15. Wakal, Habara'ath, Ashar, Kaparara, Abadiah, Abayawa, Bayumya, Abarahum, Abayawa, Sathum, Palashath Yum, Waya Mala'awam, Ipara, verse 16, Waya Amar, Abayum Laka, Al, Yatazakwa, Laka, Ma'ai Munwa, Kaya, I Tazamath, Mama Nawa, Ma'aid, so Salakia, Ma'ada, verse 17, Wayalak, Mashum, Yatazakwa, Wayakan, Banakal, Garara, Wayashab, Shum, verse 18. Wayashab, Yatazakwa, Wayakapar, Ath, Ba'arath, Humyum, Ashar, Kaparwa, Bayum Ya, Abarahum, Abayawa, Waya, Sathum, Yum, Salakia, Watha, Salakia, Waya, Sathum, Wom, Palashathium, Akarya, Mawath, Abaraham, Wayakra'ah, Lahan, Shumwath, Kashumtha, Ashar, Qara'ah, Lahan, Abayawa, verse 19. Wayakaparwa, Abadiyah, Yatazakwa, Banakal, Maya, Matazawa, Shum, Ba'ara, Mayum, Kayayum, verse 20. Waya, Warab Ra'aya, Garara, Aim, Ra'aya, Yatazakwa, La'amar, Lunya, it's like it, Young Lunwa, Humyum, Waya Kora'ah, Shum, Haba'ah, Haba'ara, Aishakwa, Kaya, Hathai, Shakwawa, Aimwa, verse 21, Wayakaparwa, Ba'ara, Akarath, Waya, Rarabya, Rarabwa, Gum, Aliyah, Waya Kora'ah, Shema, Shatana, and that's up through verse 21 in the Hebrews. We're going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, starting at verse 15. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham, his father, the Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, verse 16, and Abimelech said unto Isaac, go from us, for thou art mightier than we. Verse 17, and Isaac departed thence and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar and dwelt there. Verse 18, And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistine had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. So he pretty much went back to the area, and after his father died, after Abraham died, the Philistines, when it said filled it with earth, they pretty much filled in the holes. They put dirt in all the wells. So Isaac redug them and called them the same names that his father called them. Verse 19, and Isaac's servants digged in the valley and found there a well of spring water. Verse 20, and the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, the water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. Verse 21, and they digged another well and strove for that also. And he called the name of it Sittanah. All right, so that's 7 verses in the English. We're going to get 7 more in the Hebrew. So we're going to pick up at Genesis chapter 26, starting at verse 22. Waya Aithqua Mashum Waya Kapar Ba'ara Akarath Wala'a Rabawa Al-Ya Waya Qara'a Shema Rakab Wath Waya Amar Kaya Aitha Harakab Yab Yahweh Lunwa Rapara Yunwa Ba'aratazah. Verse 23. Waya al-Ya al-La Mashum Ba'ara Shabai. Verse 24. Waya Ra'ah al-Yawa Yahweh Baya Bala Yala Hahawa'a Waya Amar Anak Ya Alaya Abraham Abayak Al Vayara'a Kaya Athka Anak Ya Rabah Salakia Wabah Rakath Yak Waha Rabayath Ya Ath Zara'ik Ba'ai Bawarar Ba'ai Bawara Abraham Abadiyah. Verse 25. Wayabun Shum Mazabak Waya Qara'a Bashum Yahweh Wayat Shum Ahalawa Waya Shakar Wa Shum Ibadia Yatazakwa Bara'ah, verse 26. Wa'a Bayim Laka Halak Al Yawa Magara Wa'akak Talakia Wa'ak Zath Mara'ai Wa Wapa Yakal Shara Tazah Ba'awa, verse 27. Waya Amar Alahum Yatazakwa Madawa'ai Ba'athum Al-Ya Wa'athum Shun Shana'a Thum Athya Shalak one ya Watha Shalak one ya Ma'ath come, verse 28. Waya Amarawa Ra'awa Ra'ayanwa Kaya Hayaha. Damn, this verse long. Yahweh Amaka Wana Amar Thahayana Allah by Yun Wath Yanwa by Yun Wath Yanwa by Yun Wa by Yun Yunwa Waba Yanak Wana Karatha Barayath Aimak, and that's up through verse 28 in the Hebrew. What's going on, priest? Are you coming up here? All right, go ahead and get it in the English.
Come, sir. Where you?
Genesis chapter 26 and starting at verse 22.
Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, verse 22. And he removed from thence and digged another well, and for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth, and he said, for now the Lord have made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land.
So, I'm not gonna say it was major conflict, but people that ran was like, hey, man, we need to be here. So he was just like, all right, we're gonna dig another well. And so it was prosperous, and the Most High blessed that. Go ahead.
Verse 23, and he went up from thence to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared unto him the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham, thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake.
Now you see that. He didn't say he was the God of everybody. He said he was the God of Abraham, thy father. He didn't say Abraham was everybody's father.
That's
so you got Edomites, Ishmaelites, and Hamites, and everybody talking about father Abraham had many sons. Nigga, you wasn't one of them.
And that was the church song that the church made us learn. The Father Abraham song. Now, what's heavy about that, it was applicable for us as actual Israelites, but we didn't know it at the time. But it wasn't everybody. You have everybody singing that song, and it only applies to us. Go ahead.
Khan. Verse 25. And he builded an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well.
So pretty much that's where he posted up at. You know, and he called upon the name of the Lord. That's what we have to do everywhere we go. We
That's
got to
right.
remember to call upon the name of the Most High. That is our power. When you go out, you call on the name of Diddy for help, you see what happens.
It's like if I could. That's where brothers in the world fuck up too. If I could, sir, Salakia. They be in the hood suffering for about 20, 30 years. Then they get a little dollars in their pocket for once. And who do they call upon themselves? They say, I did this. And that's when the Lord bring them back and set them back in their place. Salakia. That was it.
A lot of people do mess up like that. You want to put everybody else over you and think, and you almost worship them as if they're your God. You got pictures of rappers all on your wall. You wake up quoting their verses. When Psalms 1 is one that blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. And it goes on to say, doth he meditate in the law day and night? He didn't meditate on Tupac and Future and King Von.
Right.
Those wasn't important. You got to meditate on the Most High, his law, statutes, and commandments if you want to be blessed. Go ahead.
Verse 26. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar and Azak, one of his friends, and Pekal, the chief captain of his army.
Go ahead.
And Isaac said unto them, wherefore come ye to me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you?
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pick it up in the Hebrew. Get 7 more verses. You want to give it a try? You might have to give
Come.
So this is Genesis chapter 26, starting at verse 29. Aima, Fa'asha, Aimanwa, Ra'ai, Ka'ashar, La'a, Naga Ainwa, Waka'ashar, Aisha Yanwa, Amaka, Wakwa, Tawa, Wana Shalaka, Basha Lawam, Afa, Aitha, Barak, Waka, Yahweh, verse 30. Wayaish, Lahom, Mashafa, Mashafa, Waya Akawa, Waya Shakwa, verse 31. Waya Shak, Yumwa, Babakwa, Waya Shah, Wayashabai wa Ayash La'akayawa Wayashalakam Ya to the Kwa Wayalak wa Ma'af wa Bashalawam, verse 32. Wayahaya Bayawam Hahawa'a Waya Ba'awa Ibadya Yatazakwa Wayagad Wa Luwa Av Idawa Haba'ara Ashar Kaparwa Waya Marawa Lawa Bataza Anwa Mayum, verse 33. Waya Para'a Afa Shaba'ai Al Khan Shum Ha'ayar Ba'ara Shabai Ai Hayawam Hazaha, verse 34. Wayahaya Aishawa Bun Ira Ba'ayim Shana Wayapuka Aisha Yaha Wad Ba Ba'araya Hakath Ya Wa'ah Basha Ma Ba Alayon Hakath Ya, verse 35. Watha Hayayon Marach Ra Waka Laya Tazakwa Wallah Rabakwa, and that's up through verse 35 in the Hebrew. We're gonna go ahead and get into the English. Man, I'm trying out here.
You doing it, sir. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, and verse 29. That thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord.
You see that? Peace and blessings right there. Go ahead.
Verse 30. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink.
Go ahead.
And they rose up. And they rose up bedtimes in the morning and swear one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, we have found water. verse 33, and he called it Shabbat. Therefore, the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Bashmath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mine unto Isaac and to Rebekah.
All right, that's up to verse 35.
Come.
All right, we're gonna get these last 7 verses in the Hebrew. We're gonna start it off in Genesis chapter 27, starting at verse 1. Wayahaya, Haya, Duquan, Yatazakwa, Wathak Hayan, Ayan Yawa, Mara'ah, Waya Kora'ah, Aishawa, Bunwa, Haggadah, Waya Amar, Ilayawa, Bunya, Waya Amar, Ilayawa, Hana Yunya. Verse 2, Waya Amar, Hana, Na'a, Zaquan Thaya, La'a, Yedai Thaya, Yawam, Mawak, verse 3, Wa'afa, Sha'a, Na'a, Kalyaka, Salakia, Falaya, Shaka, Wakwa Shaka, Wataza'a, Hashada, Wataza Wada, Laya, Tazaya, Da'a. Verse 4. Wa'ai Shaha, Laya, Mata Anyum, Ka'ashar, Ahabath Ya, Waha Baya'a, Laya, Wa'akala, Ba'ai Bawara, Ba'ai Bawara, Babara Kaka, Napashya, Batarum, Ama Wa, verse 5. Wara Bakwa, Shema'ai, Bada Bar, Yatazakwa, Al, Aishawa, Bunwa, Wayala, Aishawa, Hashada, Latazawad, Tazayad, Lahab Ya'a, verse 6.
Wawa Bakoa Amara Al Ya'aqua Bana La Amar Hana Shemaithya Abya Mada Madabar Salaki Madabar Al Aishawa Akyaka La Amar, verse 7. Haba Ya'a Laya Tazayad Wa'asha Laya Mata Ein Yum Wakala Wa Abaraka Lapanya Yahweh Lapanya Mawakya. And that's up to verse 7 in the Hebrew. We're gonna go ahead and get it in the English. It is.
Which verse?
We start in verse 1, the 27.
God. The book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I. Verse 2. And he said, Behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death. Verse 3. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison. Verse 4. And make me some savory meat, such as I have, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die.
I think
I was just hoping.
what verse you about that?
Verse 5.
Okay, I got you. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, and verse 5. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. All right, so I was a little sidetracked. We're gonna start it from the top one more time. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. Verse 6. And Rebekah spake unto and Rebekah spake unto Jacob, her son, saying, Be heard, I heard thy father speak unto Esau, thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and I will make savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord before my death. So Rebekah pulled Jacob to the side and was like, Look, I heard what your dad was talking to Esau about. He's about to get that blessing. Now, the Christian church tells this story like Jacob swindled Esau. Are you good? You too wild, my Lord. Jacob swindled Esau. That never happened. We got to understand what actually happened. The next 7 verses is going to show you what actually happened. The Lord orchestrates everything. The Lord wanted to bless who he was going to bless. The Lord knew who was wicked from the womb. All right, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out.
Men of Israel, Amaju. Yeah. Amaju Shabbat. I mean Salakia. Amaju. How much time I got? Oh, I can use this. Take this. I can use this. Yep. That's
Vayas Allah, which means to Israel. Amaju will punt out the dough, which means to turn and face the east. Okay, can I just hit the Lord's Prayer and be done with it? All right, men of Israel, Amaju Shabbat, Amaju, Barak, Yahanna, Shem Yahweh Shah, Barakatah, Yashamatah, dismiss.